I'm out of breath from the little work here. Your air is so thin, it's not fair. Really low. Yeah, so this is a talk I did once before in Denmark at a Kuchi session, which is kind of like late HYPERTALKs, right? And the topic was our game special and why, and I think it's pretty relevant to talk about here, and I hope you guys like it. We stood in silence on the pier, looking over the shoulders of Edward Kenway, as the crew of the Jackdaw ascended into the heavens. Nobody said a word as they disappeared out of sight, and as our eyes went from the sky back to the earth, the Jackdaw itself emerged out of the unearthly void that had formed in the water at our feet. In a crowd of 2 million or more, I'm in awe, trying to make sense of this. Before the hole in the world was repaired, people were flocking back to their own parallel worlds, to tell the tale of the ascension of the Jackdaw, or to stand on their own pier behind their own Edward Kenway and shatter their own reality. Hi, my name is Caitlin, and I've been traveling abroad for over a year. I just got home and the house is empty. Where is everybody? Why is there nobody here to greet me? Should I slowly walk around, make my way through the house, looking for clues? It's stormy outside and I have all night to figure out this mystery. And it even seems that people left several notes and scribbles along the way to guide me. But I set aside these questions and I ignored the voice of my sister, which so carefully underlines me unraveling the story. I race towards the hidden chamber and pick up the key, run to the attic and find my sister's journal. I look at my stopwatch, 47 seconds since I entered the house. The new record. With thousands of soldiers, I arrived on the beach. As a tight squad, we moved against the enemy. Again and again, working our way through enemy lines. Sorry. We must have had thousands upon thousands of weapons with us, from knives to machine guns to heavy artillery. Yet I smuggled something much more valuable with me, a photo camera. Oh, shit. While the rest of my squad covered me in the alleyways, I took pictures of the action from behind cover. It was hard enough to try and not get shot. It was even more challenging to take pictures that are able to communicate the situation. But in a global conflict, and in the grand scheme of things, is not my job as a photographer just as important as that of a soldier? A few years later, I came across a different place. In a different conflict, running through the streets all the same. I moved to Liberty City and rebooted my career as a war photographer. Some mornings I struggled with myself, asking, why does any of this matter? Why don't I pick up a gun and fight back? I was wondering, is this not playing the game? Am I not playing the game correctly? To my surprise, I discovered I'm the last of the Dovahkiin, the chosen one. The Elder Scrolls have prophesied that the dragon Alduin will inevitably return and lay destruction upon this world. I must hone my skill in the way of the voice, pass many trials, and become a powerful warrior that can slay dragons. But shortly after I was released from captivity, I joined the devout pacifist order. But at the same time, I swore to myself to never in my life harm another creature. It seemed like the entire world was built to do battle, and I was attacked countless times, yet through all these trials, I managed to only break my oath once. To kill Alduin, slay the dragon. Here, I am God. I can create organisms, watch them evolve, and at the same time intervene whenever I feel like it, to steer it in another direction. I can rewrite the entire history of the world and experiment with a dominant species that evolved from other animals or even from nothing. The eternal question, do I use this power for good, for evil, or to make dick monsters? It was a wonderful time where I could make dick monsters, and they could hold tribal warfare with your dick monsters, until eventually they invented space travel, and they could wage intergalactic penis battles. But as it turns out, this violates an intergalactic universal license agreement that I, God, was unaware of, which claims that my dick monsters don't have the right to exist, and thus I was banned from the universe. I'm Gordon Freeman. I just arrived in City 17. I must have an important task or else they wouldn't have pulled me out of stasis. As I get out of the train and walk into the station, I can already tell that this is not a good place to be. Armed guards are patrolling in every direction. A member of the civil protection is standing next to a trash can, guarding a metal gate. He knocks a soda can to the ground with his baton and yells, "Pick up the can," with confidence that makes it sound like he's done so 1,000,000 times before to 1,000,000 different people. There's no way I'm doing this. My instinct tells me there's too much at stake here. I cannot risk the mission. I don't even know what the mission is yet. I throw the can at his face regardless, and as he raises his arm to strike me, I duck under it into the station. The most meaningful moments in games, what makes them so special, are not those that the designers intended us to experience. It's the rebellious act against their imposed rules and constraints. You're not the boss of me, I won't do what you tell me. As players, we masochistically let ourselves be shackled into the game's world, only to break out of the change at the first chance we get, and turn around to laugh in the face of our captor. Games reveal in us a rebellious nature.
The time is off.
You're serious?
Yes.
I'm just like...
Rebel against the time limit.
Games reveal in us a rebellious nature and then willingly or reluctantly allow us to act it out. And then you ask, why do you bother even coming here if you never even plan to pick up a can? Because it's a victimless crime that still feels good when you get away with it. Like writing obscenities in the sand, only to watch the sea and the ocean wash them away. In our virtual worlds, we are free to experiment without consequence. We don't want to follow your carefully planned out instructions. We want to do exactly the opposite and glitch through the fabric of the world and fall endlessly into the void. Games reveal in us an exploratory nature and allow us to act it out. All I know is that for me, games are special, because as a creator I can define rule sets and I can let them collide and contradict each other. And when I play the result, I can let myself be consumed by this chaos. I can build landscapes of overstimulating color explosions or vast voids of incomprehensible noise, and I can take people with me and be there and drink the poison. Thank you.